They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. The numbers a week ago for Everett. 4 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
On first down, it's Carson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. Flushed out, and right away he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 20 carries, 106 yardage-wise, and the score as well.
So, partner, 2 games worth, he's leading the league in rushing, so he's now trending. Is that what they talk about nowadays? You talk about trending? That's what he's doing. He'd like to continue it here in this game.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And to the 12. That's where he stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now it's Carson. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play. Back
to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
If your sympathies lie with the defense, you understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this. He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get preoccupied with other people moving, and he finds open space and makes a nice play.
Tackle made there by Chris Wormley. Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 39. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now a play fake here on first down. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now left side on the swing pass. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. They'll set up to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty.
That penalty is declined.
They run it with Carson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up. Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. We got this. No. Check that. We want Mike 52 right here.
Here's Carson. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. To throw is Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Carson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. We'll check on his status when we get back. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
That's it, baby.
Now we'll look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now it's Wilson. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Panthers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Looking to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Gets around him. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot. But these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll try to run with Carson, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And the offense moving quickly to the line. 2nd and 3. Being chased out left. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now back to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Touchdown, Carolina. Odell Beckham as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before. And they're just is going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Van Jefferson, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And it's the visiting Washington football team who have the lead in that one. Terry McLaurin, a touchdown reception. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there. Both these teams going through their final adjustments before heading back out of the locker room. Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field, where we rejoin Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
It's a gain of 7. Brings on the yard.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
A big play that time on the catch and run. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Carson. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. They'll drop to throw. And he'll get this underneath to Bell. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 50 yards on the ground for him so far.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. He's going deep for Brown, and he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2nd and 8 coming up. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Marshall. This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Bell. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action, throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now in Seattle, Washington. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. He goes right back to Metcalf, this time complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw again is Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rush is just too off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 33. Now Wilson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Brian Burns just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Panthers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. So Wilson and the Seahawks down by 2 touchdowns. 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Their perfect start to the season in serious peril as they come up on 1st and 10. And that's incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw caught here by Metcalf. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Wilson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 26, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And now here's another interception. Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Panthers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. He will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Carolina, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.